Yeah, what's up, pedestrians? That's not even. What's that? Yeah, how dare you walk? Well, we'll get on to the main body of this video in a minute. Yeah, sorry about the lighting. I know this is ridiculous. If you could see, I've got a dwarf holding a lighter, but I've got some lights ordered and I've got a decent microphone ordered as well. I just moved Daley Thompson a bit nearer. But I'll get on to the main body. I will continue my short series on Page 3 Girls, which I think is coming to an end with Linda Lusardi. So I met Joe Guest and I got my Sam Fox pillowcases and Maria Whittaker was my pin-up. Linda Lusardi, smoking hot woman. Look at her in the 80s. Wow. Just wow. So I was in Dartford. I was about 13 years old. Walking along with my perpetual penis. I meant to say permanent hard-on. There's a big difference between permanent, what was it, perpetual hard, oh for fuck's sake, permanent hard-on perpetual penis. You know what I meant, a bit of all of it perhaps. So anyway, there I was, meet, and I saw her. No shit, I was like, fucking hell. So what did I do? What any, 11, 12-year-old young boy would do. I rather frighteningly followed her around Dartford town centre for ages. I mean, she turned up recently in, what's it called, Emmerdale or something, and, still fucking looking good, but yeah, she was something else. Anyway, so I'm following her around for a good couple of hours until in the end, when I was, really for a couple of I wasn't planning on attacking her or anything, kidnapping. I was just mind blown. I'd never seen anyone from the television in real life when I was that age. But at some point, she just turned around, walked straight up to me, fiddled around in a bag, got out a postcard, wrote "with love," gave it to me and went, "Stop following me around." Oh, thanks, Miss Lusardi. Anyway, right, what have I got for you today? Something really exciting. Well, actually, no. Actually, it's a bit tame. It'll be a short video. I want to introduce you to someone called Teal Swan. Right? Teal Swan. She's a mystic. She makes up all sorts of bullshit. I want you just to listen to some of her spiel. Hit me, Teal Swan.
Another variation of this exercise.
Poor man's Megan Fox.
This is my suggestion number 2.
Right, listen to this suggestion. I'm not going to tell you what it's for. You work it out.
Is that you can record, either in your voice or in somebody else's voice, messages that contradict one of your painful realities. Like,
okay, so I could record a message like, "You're an idiot, Dangerfield." So a message that would contradict that. "You're amazing, Chris. You're amazing." That sort of thing. That's what she's getting at.
the world is against me, for example. You could record one message or several of either yourself saying something that contradicts that, like everything is here for your benefit.
Okay, so imagine I'd done that one. Everything is here for your benefit. Okay? Ooh.
The whole universe wants you to succeed.
That would be a good one. The whole universe wants you to succeed.
And you could record that and then use earbuds.
Earbuds? What, you mean headphones? Earbuds? Hang on. Right.
Or some sort of a device that plays it back to you.
Oh, it's either headphones or speakers. Make out there's options.
While you're in the moment of orgasm.
So, hang on, here we go. The world is here for you, Chris. You're not an idiot, Chris. These people, they do not give a shister.
As a result of masturbation.
Oh, okay, so someone else isn't involved. Can you imagine? Can you just anticipate the narcissistic sort of Mobius spiral going on there? You're actually coming on your own and then you've got your own voice in your ear going, the world is made for you. Oh, you're not an idiot. It's not for me. She reckons that'll change that belief. She reckons in the early bit of the video, she uses the not a good choice of words. She says that you can get in through the back door and change beliefs while orgasming. Speak, you.
Essentially, the entire goal here is to give yourself a message or an experience that opposes your most deeply ingrained perceptions and beliefs.
Whilst coming.
During an orgasm.
See?
In the moment of orgasm, your subconscious mind is wide open for reprogramming. What is it?
Wide open for reprogramming? Really? So every time I'm coming and I hear the person I'm with coming, because it's always mutual with me, it's my unconscious mind is being reprogrammed by a girl going, ah, 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 ah. Nice.
What does this mean? It means that when you give yourself a little loving, let's say, message, or
yeah, it's hilarious because it's nuts.
Gesture, then instead of it being like a tick-tock bouncing against the wall where it bounces right back, it soaks all the way into your core.
You got any idea what she means about a tick-tock?
Now that you know this technique,
what, coming and listening to yourself saying you're all right? Yeah, next stop, Madhouse.
Feel free to experiment with it in any way you can. Come up
literally any way you can.
with different ways to do this.
Yeah, I'm going to have me going, bow, wow, 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 wow. Arsenal won at the weekend, mate. Bow, wow, wow. And I think that will help.
To work with this concept of using orgasm as an open doorway to get things to soak into your being, to contradict your painful perceptions.
I mean, let's have that again. Does that not sum up the insanity of these people? The nonsense, the just strings of vague words. Listen to what she says.
As an open doorway to get things to soak into your being, to contradict your painful perceptions.
If I was having dinner with her and she said that, she'd be wearing that dinner.
And I would love if you come up with anything unique and interesting.
Oh, I bet you would, you dirty bitch.
Way to use this technique. If you could post it in the comment below this video.
Oh yeah, let's have a proper dirty chat down there. Anyway, that's Teal Swan. So I was watching that and I thought, Jesus man, these people talk so much nonsense. You know, she's got 328,000 followers. This video's had about 50,000 views. You know, people are into this stuff. And then I found this. Oh. So if Teal Swan's a poor man's Megan Fox, this one's like a poor man's Teal Swan with a little bit of India thrown in for unconvincing reasons. Let's see what she's got to say.
Nityanandam, and
Nityanandam.
Thank you for tuning into this video.
Tuning on the internet. Oh, you're welcome to... Got it.
A lot of people have been questioning me, I would say even grilling me, very angrily some of them, about why I spoke out against Teal Swan.
Hey! There's a little bit of aggro in the bullshit community.
Whom I referred to as Steel Swan because...
Steel Swan. Not Teal Swan, Steel Swan. Nice one. Manitaya Swapitarianda.
As for blatant thefts and plagiarisms.
I thought it was alright to just share these, you know, the good message, these loving spiritual paths. Isn't it just about sharing them?
And why I felt that it was okay for one so-called spiritual person to attack another so-called spiritual person.
It's all about so-called spiritual people here. But she's got the white line and the red dot, so she obviously likes Adam and the Ants. Convincing hippie.
The first thing I'd like to say here is that I am not in any way apologetic for anything that I've said about her.
That's a hippie's way of saying, no, fuck you, I won't take it back, cunt.
She has blatantly plagiarized countless articles in her blog.
She's written about stuff that other people have written about.
There's an entire website exposing all of the accounts of plagiarism that...
Oh, is there really? Well, let's have a look. Oh, that's not it. We'll come to them in a minute. Check this out. The truth about Teal Swan. And man, does it go on. Look, on. And it's dark. It's really dark. If you want to check it out, it's called The Truth About Cameron.blogspot.co.uk. I'll put a link in the description. But it's dark. And what's dark about it, not only the people chatting about Teal Swan, but the questions that the interviewer asks, the sort of shit she wants to get out. It's almost like all these dozy hippies are actually completely fucked. And no surprises there. That goes on. That's not actually... Look, it's still going. Look, you can stop it anywhere and there'll be really grotty stuff. Come on, no soul is ever protected by this bullshit. Let's have another random line. Incidentally, one of her alleged altars is a priestess of Satan and was used by the cult members in satanic rituals to call forth and communicate with the thought form known as the devil. No shit, Teal is the devil. Keep going. Yeah, random place. Fallon seemed dazed and confused at first, but to my horror he was genuinely apologetic. I now see that Teal was not only using that little story as a way to drive a wedge between Fallon and myself. She claimed that Justin and Gracia were abducted by Fallon's grey aliens as well. This is amazing. And of course, then I found these two. They are really unimpressed with Teal Swan. They really don't like her. This is a couple, they've been together 10 years. They sold their soul to the Goan Beach Devil way back in the early days, and they never left. They're probably signing on in their home country, Sweden. They live in a tent, and they practice mata. But check out this little bit. The geezer on the right, who you'll notice has got the frightening eyes of a man who will murder for sure. Watch the woman crack up when he talks about her Teal Swan's suicide worries.
Like here is a few...
She keeps doing this as well. She's been around too many spiritual Indian guru, too many.
Few quotes from her blog.
Right, but listen to what he says and watch her response.
I'd stare at the faces of the other philosophy students, wondering if the only people who care about philosophy are like me, depressed, passively suicidal, and trying desperately to find some kind of meaning in life. And another quote, earlier in my life I attempted suicide more than once. And then she also says, my brave, impulsive character compels me to regroup and ground myself only long enough to find another cliff to hurl myself off. And this tendency of mine guarantees that I encounter dramatic...
Let's watch it again. Look, she cracks up and then she suddenly has this like, oh, hang on a minute, I'm meant to be a hippie. Sorry. Let's check it again.
My brave, impulsive character compels me to regroup and ground myself only long enough to find another cliff to hurl myself off. And this tendency of mine guarantees...
Oh my god. I mean, watch his eyes. This is right at the beginning. Look at his eyes. Would you trust these people with anything? No. Can you look after my bags? No, don't.
About Teal Swan, because there were still some people confused about
Look at
it.
him.
In the last video we looked at one of her videos.
Jesus Christ, man. He is the fear. Look.
And because people were listening to the content of what we were saying, and maybe they agreed that they didn't.
Close your eyes, man.
But they also said...
I know you've got 3 of them on the go. So, no, one more. I want you to see Teal Swan movie trailer. This is all... I'm all just doing this off the cuff. I only just found it. Check this out. Hang on. How do I get this fucking... Oh, balls. Balls. Hang on. Apologies. There we go. Right, listen to what she says. It's a bit dark, but it's got a really weird element to it. That's where that bloke fell down and got his arm stuck. It's opened up a bit since then.
Hello there. I'm Teal Swan. I'm known around the world as the spiritual catalyst.
She's known around the world as the spiritual catalyst. Well, maybe she is, in fairness. But now listen to this and cause and effect. Listen.
I was born extrasensory.
just throwing it out there. I was born extrasensory. We're going to have that again. And just listen to what follows it. I think we might have a big noisy wagon coming past, which gives me time for a little dance, perhaps. No. Okay, check it. So she was born extrasensory. Go on, go.
Sensory. Because of that fact, I was tortured as a child.
Because of that fact, she was tortured. Because she was born extrasensory, she was tortured.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, ritually, and sexually.
Because she was born extrasensory, she was tortured physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. Don't know if that adds up, really. Don't know if that's why. I mean, I know plenty of people who had all that, and they weren't born extrasensory. There you go, though. Interesting. The weird little battles that go on in the world of spiritual people. Anyway, I mentioned a soundtrack. I think I might start ending my videos with this. Have a nice evening.
Send me for elastic, I'm fantastic. I got geometry, it's pretty drastic. Coochie coochie tiger, where can I hide ya? Your roar's too loud, mate, they're gonna find ya. And that's it.